podcast made by basketball fans for basketball fans. From the hottest takes, news, analysis, and passion for the sport that we all love, this is the Fast Break Pod with Finn James and Will Tremaine.
Welcome into the Fast Break Podcast, the podcast made by basketball fans.
For basketball fans.
Finn James.
Will Tremaine.
Back again with another episode, Season 2, Episode 22. We were going to do a Breakers season recap video this episode, but with the Tall Blacks in action and the NBL Awards concluding, as well as some big news out at Breakers camp in the last 48 hours, I think it is.
Yeah.
We might save that for next week because we have a little bit more we want to cover off in this episode.
Yeah. So yeah, like you said, NBL Awards, we'll cover those. We gave our predictions to who we thought deserved them last week.
Yeah.
They've all been announced now though, so we'll go through those, see if we think they were deserving of the award or not.
Yeah.
Starting off, MVP, Finn, was a two-man race. We all knew that. Bryce Cotton ended up getting the award. I personally think well-deserved. That was my prediction for who was going to get it. You were on Team Kendrick Davis, though. What are your thoughts on this?
I was on Team Kendrick Davis. First of all, shout out Bryce Cotton before we get into this, before I give my spiel. Bryce Cotton, 6-time MVP now, which is insane. I think he's a 5-time scoring champ. Adelaide were the second best team in the NBL this season. I mean, I understand why he won. I think it was 54 to 52 votes or something like that.
So close.
I think Sobey was also at 52, which is weird.
Was he?
I don't know. There might have been all NBL. Look, Kendrick Davis didn't win. Kendrick was very vocal about it as well. He had some things to say going into the season about how Adelaide treated him. He's an outspoken dude. He said he wants to see how the voting worked. And I saw it that it was like that, but they might have been all NBL. But Kendrick Davis wants to know how the voting works because he's convinced that it was, I don't know, rigged's not the right word, but there was something fishy about it. But
everybody's always going to have something to say. You're not going to be able to please everybody. But yeah, I mean, I think Bryce Cotton was definitely deserving of it. You could make an argument for both of them. But man, incredible. 6-time MVP. How does that guy say it? He's the GOAT.
I don't even know who you're talking about. I don't even know who you're talking about.
He's the GOAT.
But yeah, it was. I mean, Bryce Cotton had a remarkable year. In all fairness to him, I guess the only argument I had for KD was they're the first team in the first seed in the NBL this year, and they started off the season kind of not great. Sydney were sitting around that 5th and 4th spot for a while, and then post FIBA break have been. And that was not the FIBA break just gone, obviously, the one back in November. They have been clear-cut the best team in the NBL, and he was obviously the reason for that.
Yeah.
He wasn't far off Bryce in scoring or assist, and I feel like the rest of his team was just really good. And Adelaide at the back end of the season struggled a bit. Bryce didn't, I guess, in all fairness to him, but yeah, I guess it's hard not to give it to Cotton. I thought voters' fatigue might have came into fruition here, but
it's kind of like the Jokic and Shea MVP debate. I think both were deserving. I mean, you can only give it to one guy. Maybe that's the argument that needs to be made. Maybe they were joint MVPs. Maybe that needs to be checked out. We
can't do that.
I mean, both guys deserved. If Kendrick won this, I'd be saying he deserved it as well. It was that close in my opinion.
Oh,
but
super close.
Yeah, Bryce Cotton, I think he doesn't not deserve it.
No, of course not.
I'm not mad at the decision that they made. For him winning it.
He could almost win it every single season going forward as well, because,
for sure.
I mean, he is probably clear-cut the best player in the NBL.
I
don't think that's not a crazy statement. I mean, easily the best scorer.
Maybe that's what tipped him over the edge. They really looked at it. They were like, Bryce, Kendrick. Bryce is the better player. There's no debating that.
Yeah.
He's the better player. Kendrick's arguments were more relying on the fact that his team record was better. They were the 1 seed. And he was the front runner of that. But yeah, Bryce Cotton, when you actually look at MVP, most valuable player to the team, I think what he did for Adelaide was more important than for what Kendrick did for Sydney.
Yeah, I mean, Sydney have the better team on paper as well, I guess, at the end of the day. And I think, I don't know, Kendrick Davis is probably going to have a chip on his shoulder going into the playoffs now. I mean, they get the automatic home court advantage in the semi-final as well as Adelaide. We could most definitely see these two teams in the grand final come a few weeks or maybe a month's time.
That would be my favorite grand
final. And I think that would be the perfect matchup. Agreed. Bryce versus KD, just Cheatham versus Cooks would be a good matchup.
Yeah.
Torrey Craig's back in the league.
Dejan, Jenkins. Yeah, that would be great.
Yeah, it would be good to watch. We'd really enjoy it.
But moving on to the next award, we have John Brown III wrapping up the DPOY.
This is
no surprises there.
Absolutely none.
Not much to talk about, to be honest. I mean, nobody else had a say at that award other than him. He's been hands down the best defender all year long, like we were saying last week.
Yeah, and this added to his resume, actually. I think I saw that he had 2 other Defensive Player of the Years in other competitions now.
Yeah,
I think one of them, I don't know if it was the EuroLeague, like as a whole, or it was like the 2. He won 2 other ones. Yeah. They must have been, I don't think it was Japan, but man, I really should have done my research on this, but I did see it, and it was like 2 maybe European competitions. He won Defensive Player of the Year. So
making a name for himself on that.
Oh, yeah. And he has been a very integral piece for Southeast Melbourne this year.
I wonder if there's teams like in the NBA that look at a guy like this. They're like, he's obviously an incredible defender. Could we just like plug him into our team to play nothing but defense? Like he might not, he's not going to be a good offensive player in the NBA, but
I feel like
if he's winning depoys in these other leagues, I feel as though he'd be an above average serviceable defender in the NBA.
Would you be able to get away with it though? Like you look at the elite defenders in the NBA at the moment. You've got like Eamon Thompson, Saw Thompson,
Kamara.
Dyson Daniels, Tamani Kamara. I mean, Lou Dort, you could argue as well, who is an absolute cancer. But,
stuff that guy.
You know, players like that, they still have an offensive game. Maybe not Dyson Daniels. I mean, he's kind of fallen off a cliff, but he's proven that he can be really good. I mean, I think he's had a couple career triple-doubles. Like, John Brown.
You just got to have a 3-ball. That's it.
The thing is, John Brown the Jr. John Brown,
John Brown.
JB3 does not have a 3-ball.
Yeah.
He's an undersized big at the end of the day. I feel like he's made an absolute living and basketball career off playing in leagues outside the NBA.
Yeah.
And I think he'll continue to do that until he retires. I think he's probably decided now that the NBA is definitely not his calling.
Yeah.
No, that's probably enough. For a lot of these players that have, I mean, I feel like as a professional basketball player, I mean, obviously, Will and I are not those types of people.
Chill.
Let's talk about.
Still got a few years left in us, Finn. We can still make it.
Wednesday nights.
I know the Portland Trail Blazers are in need of a sharpshooter from deep. So, yeah.
They have Dame Miller, don't they?
Well, for the rest of the season, I meant.
So you're going to get... Okay, well...
10-day?
Anyway, I digress. Back to what I was saying. There's surely a time in their career, especially for Americans, right? Because, I mean, that's the pinnacle. The NBA. Yeah. Easiest route to get there is probably starting in the US.
Yeah.
Players that are on that brink probably just got to sometimes realize, I'm not going to make it. I don't want to play in the G League and make 40,000 USD a season because that is just insanely low money. I mean, it's enough to live, sure. But instead, they just go chase some bags in Europe, Japan, China, I mean, Puerto Rico, geez, the NBL. Man, there's so many other leagues in the world where they can make hundreds of thousands of dollars.
I think it's almost better for these guys once they come to that realization and they accept that the NBA is kind of,
it's gone.
Like, it's out of reach at this point in their careers. And once they accept that, and like you said, they go and explore other leagues around the world where they can still make phenomenal money. I mean, look at Parker Jackson Cartwright. Yeah. Making $1 million for us next season.
Bryce has been making heaps of money since he first came to the league, and that was just after he'd I don't know if he was waived but he was playing for the Utah Jazz about a decade ago.
And that's just the NBL. We're not even the highest paying league outside the NBA. There's leagues in, I mean, you see offers in Europe, or Barcelona and
Japan is at one of the highest right now. Japan, China. Yeah, the teams in Europe.
I remember when
offer a lot.
You remember Nikola Mirotic?
Yeah,
from the NBA.
Of course,
he signed with, I think it was FC Barcelona or something in Europe, and the reasoning was because of the money. He got offered more money to join a team back in Europe than and what any NBA team was offering him. So money's not becoming that big of a factor in these guys.
Well, I mean,
where they go now.
If you make $500,000 a year, that's more than enough.
Yeah,
and you look at some of these guys as well that go and play in other leagues. If I was a basketball player and I wanted this to be my job, imagine being in the NBA where you're a low bench rotation guy.
Yeah.
Come on, score 6 points.
Yeah.
You just train your ass off. Would you feel like not wasting your talent, but obviously you're going to back yourself as a human being? Why would you not just go chase a slightly less bag in a different country and be that guy? You would enjoy your life so much more.
And these guys, like you said, the end of the bench on an NBA team, and the NBA, that's the only league they're playing in for the entirety of the year. They're stuck in one town in the USA, not the greatest country in the world.
Not at the moment.
Stuck in one city for that entire year.
Well, I mean, they travel a lot.
I mean, they
It's
travel
also
around.
grueling.
They travel around, I guess. Yeah,
grueling as well.
but like that compared to, you can travel the world with basketball. Like these other guys, they can go and play an NBL for a season, and then in their off season they can go to Europe or Japan or anywhere in the world that they want, and then go back to NBL. Like they can play in multiple leagues throughout a year, because they're like they don't take up the entire year. Like
it's not
NBA
82
does.
regular season games plus playoffs.
Yeah,
I mean, the
exactly.
NBL is only over the summer for us, the winter for the rest of the world. I mean, PJC got done with the Breakers last year, and then we played in Lithuania.
Exactly.
Isaiah Brockington's heading over to China.
So they're making two salaries as
JaVale
well.
McGee is too. And I mean, the CBA is already in season. And I think we were talking to Adam Ford, press conference a few weeks ago about this. He was saying these guys in the NBL, once the season's done, if they finish early, China scouts these players and trials them for like 5 games, but pays them over 6 figures just to trial them, and then they can sign a further contract if they want to keep them on for the rest of the season.
China has money.
You can make enough money doing that. And I
Yeah.
mean, like, man, unless you're an idiot, like, how are you going to spend that all? I couldn't spend that
exactly.
all. But
By the time they retire at 40 years of age or earlier, they're chilling for life.
and their knees don't work anymore.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's John Brown's journey. I don't know how we
That was
got
a bit
there.
of a rant.
Most improved player. This one, we were pretty convinced that Sam was going to win it.
Yeah.
Menenga, that is. Flynn Cameron got it, actually. Went from 5.5 points a game to 12.5. So considerable jump from his time in Melbourne. I think he shot 41% from 3 this year, which is really good for the NBL. And he wrapped up this award. Obviously, Menenga and
Foxwell.
Was it Foxwell? I thought Foxwell was next gen.
Oh, I might have been next gen.
I can't even remember who the other candidate was, but
Yeah.
I don't even think they were probably. That's pretty poor that I forget. Oh no, it was Malawach. That's right, from the Sydney Kings.
Yeah.
He probably wasn't. I mean, he might have been close, but it was really going to be between Sam and Flynn.
I think Sam deserved it.
Well,
but-
Sam went from 11.5 to 17.5.
yeah, became arguably.
Well, he led our
1A,
team in
1B
scoring.
option on our team.
Well, I think it was conjoined with Parker.
Yeah.
So I mean, that's about 6.5 points. And then Flynn went from 5 to 12, which is about 7.5. So
I'm
I
not
mean,
mad that Flynn won it.
No,
And I think
neither.
part of the fact that they gave it to him is because Sam won another award, which we'll get into.
Yeah,
And
and Adelaide
he
were
didn't-
also the second seed, and he actually had a pretty big
He did have a big role,
role
in
in
that team.
that. If Sam didn't miss that 3.5 week stint with his wrist injury, I think we may have seen him win it.
Oh, for sure. That might have hurt him a bit.
Quite literally hurt him, actually.
And I think,
But yeah,
I mean, I'm happy that it's still a Kiwi that's
Yeah,
won the
it's
award.
great.
Like, if this was an Aussie that swooped in there and won the award over Sam, then I'd be a bit more hurt. But Flynn Cameron, still a Kiwi, winning the award. It's great to see. And like I said, Sam Menenga won another award, which we'll get into. Next Gen Award.
yeah, next gen award.
Sam Menenga.
Yeah, which
Surprised us.
what's not the criteria, I can't actually think of the other word.
Criteria.
The criteria, yeah, that you fit into. It's the best player 25 and under.
Yeah.
Sam is, I believe, 24. Same age as me, I'm pretty sure. I went to school with him. He was technically the best player,
Yeah.
but we were pretty convinced that Kareem was going to snap this up for obvious
It just
reasons.
felt like it fit the mold more.
And we talked about this. Next generation award.
Yeah.
Kareem is 18.
Yeah.
Sam's 24. He's got 6 years on him. I thought they're going to give it to the draft prospect.
Yeah.
He's technically the next generation. Sam is also a Gen Zer. I mean, Kareem I don't even know what year Kareem's born. If he's 18, he'd be... Jeez, I don't even want to do that math. He probably makes me feel old.
2008?
Makes me feel old. Is it 2008? Nah, 2006.
Nah, not 6.
Yeah. Oh, no.
7.
7 or 8, yeah.
Or 6 or 7.
God, I hate you. Jeez. But Sam did win it. But yeah, obviously, well-deserved in the end. Great to see him. He was going to get an award either way, right? It was either going to be most improved or next gen.
Yeah.
But that did leave Kareem without an award, which, I mean, I thought they would have given him one, considering what he produced in the last 2 years.
His award is that he'll be forever remembered in Breakers fans' hearts
Yeah.
for the rest of his phenomenal NBA
Honestly,
career that he's going to go on and have.
After our last game, not only against Cairns, but against Adelaide, and I don't know, first of all, felt a bit of type of way, like a bit sad, like, oh, the Breakers are done for the year. But at the same time, Kareem Lopez, 2 years, we've gotten to know him. We talked about this on the last episode. Like, we'll never see him over here again. And, like, it's just kind of sad. Like, we watched this guy grow up, what, at the back end of his
Might
career.
come spend some off seasons here.
Oh,
in
yeah.
the NBA. Who knows?
That's not a bad
Depends how
shout,
much
to
he
be
loved
fair.
it here.
But,
Is he the best, like, next star that the Breakers have ever had?
oh,
I think so.
well, he's a lot better than RJ Hampton.
Yeah.
I mean, Ousmane Dieng was solid, I
Yeah.
thought, for us. But he played in that, like, 2021 season where we purely played in Tasmania and we finished on, like, 5
Yeah.
wins. But he obviously... Dieng went on to be a lottery pick. And,
Roots.
well, I mean, he won a championship, technically.
He did.
And now he's got shipped off to the Bucks and he's actually been playing good. So that's great.
Who else do we have? Ryan Rupert, RJ Hampton.
Mantas Rubes Davicius, who I don't think made the league.
Forgot about him.
I think he was a super duper late draft pick or didn't get drafted.
There was another guy.
And we had Hugo Besson as
That's
well.
the one.
So he came with Ousmane Dieng.
That's
He was
right.
drafted by the Bucks.
and like the 50th, one
the
of the 50th.
57th pick, and it was the last pick in the draft because the last 3 picks got voided for something
That's
like
right. Look at this
and
ball knowledge, Finn James.
Hugo Besson, I think, got waived pretty early on, and
Yeah.
then went and played for Met 952 in the French league with
That's
Wemby,
right.
and get this, Barry Brown Jr.
Damn.
So yeah,
That is elite ball knowledge.
Yeah.
That, I completely forgot about all of that.
So
it does ring a bell.
that's where Besson ended up because he is French. Him
Yeah.
and Deng came over. I don't know if they came over together, but we had 2 French guys. And
Rupert's French as well.
Rupert is also funny.
We
how
love
we
the
got
French, don't
yeah,
we?
and then we had obviously RJ Hampton completely started the wave back in 2019 when LaMelo was here.
Poor
and
guy.
man, I was talking about this with a friend last night. On the phone, we were talking about when RJ Hampton signed for us, and this guy I was talking to on the phone is from Dallas. He said if RJ Hampton, because he was like the number 1 ranked player in high school
Yeah.
this year, when he was in your town, everyone went.
Yeah.
So when he was so late to picking where he was committing, and then he went on ESPN and announced he was coming to the Breakers, and we all went crazy.
Yeah.
And we met him at school. I don't know if you got to meet him, but I met him
Yeah.
at Westlake.
I remember.
Yeah.
You had
And
to
then-
line up outside the gym.
Yeah.
You got one little quick photo with him. And
Yeah.
then I was that kid that like ran after him afterwards. with
Did
my
you
phone.
actually?
Like after as he was leaving the building, I ran after him with my phone. We weren't allowed phones at school, but I ran after him with my phone. I was going, RJ, can I get another photo, bro?
I got my phone taken off me that day.
Did you?
Yeah. Finessed the school. They were supposed to keep it for the whole week. They just kept it overnight, and I got my old phone. No, they gave it back to me, and I said, I'll bring it back to you tomorrow, and you can have it for the rest of the week. I need it for work. I didn't need it for work. I found an old phone in my closet, and I gave them that, and they believed it was it, so I had my phone the whole week. Shame, Westlake. But anyway, RJ was meant to be a lottery pick when he first came to New Zealand, and he ended up going like 20th in the draft, and then, or 20, might have been lower than that.
It was late 20s or something.
And then his
I
whole
think.
career just went downhill. I mean, he was solid for the
Rough.
Magic for a little bit, I feel like.
Yeah.
And then when Markel Fultz was coming back as well, and obviously
Just
he's out
never
the league
panned
now.
out.
Yeah, and he's out the league.
Yeah.
So yes, I think, and Kareem Lopez, latest ESPN mock drafts have him 10th.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's been updated, but that was the most recent ones. And if he goes 10th, I think Jeng might have went 12th. So
Yeah,
I think
14th or something.
yeah,
something like that.
he was in the lottery. I remember that.
Yeah.
So Kareem would probably be the best. And I mean, Deng's adapted well. Hopefully
Yes.
Kareem does too.
I mean, Deng didn't really have any role on the Thunder,
No.
for being real, but
Well, how
since
could
he's
you?
been-
It
since
was
he's been
stacked.
traded to the Bucks, he's looked good in his few games with the Bucks. For
Yeah.
sure.
It's great.
So
It's just
yeah.
it's just how, like, goes to show, just need an opportunity.
Ryan Rupert, by the way, cut by my Blazers. About a
Got
week
picked
ago.
up by the
Memphis Grizzlies.
Grizzlies.
10-day contract.
Yeah, saw that.
See what happens to him.
Yeah, I hope he signs on. I don't mind him as a player, but
Yeah. Anyway,
Yeah,
bit of
we'll
a
move
run.
on.
We'll finish off these last two
that was
awards.
Sam Meninga. Coach of the Year, Brian Gorgie and Sydney Kings. It was between really him. It was just between him and Josh King.
I think Josh King should have got it.
I honestly thought Josh King was going to get it,
Yeah.
to be honest. But I guess first team in the league, you almost have to give it to them.
Kendrick missed out on the MVP, so they're probably trying to reward Sydney and make up to them a bit with this.
Yeah. And they were the best team in the league.
Yeah.
And he is a big part of that. Builds a lot of culture. You could probably say he's the greatest coach to ever coach in the NBA. He's been around for
Yeah.
decades. But yeah. And then sixth man of the year was actually surprisingly
Wasn't
Angus,
Kawhi.
Angus Glover
Yeah.
over Kawhi Noi.
I think fair.
Yeah.
On one of the best teams in the league, Southeast Melbourne. Come on, give Sobey a breather. Obviously one of the best 3-point shooters in the league as well.
Mhm.
Can just absolutely light it up. So no, I think well deserved. Angus Glover. It's just surprising not seeing Kawhi Noi win that award again.
Yeah. I mean, Kawhi Noi said he would forever, if he's in this league, he will be winning the Sixth Man of the Year, and he didn't.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to
Call it
actually
the Kawhi
find.
Noy Award.
I'm finding that the All NBL teams, forgot to write them down.
Yes.
So
JaVale
All
McGee
NBL
had some
teams.
things to say about these.
JaVale McGee, we'll get into that. So yeah, Angus Glover won Sixth Man of the Year. I think well deserved. He had a really good year, big piece for Southeast Melbourne. All NBL first team.
Yeah.
You guessed this exactly. I think I did as no, did I have JaVale on my first team?
You might have.
But you guessed this to a T. Bryce
Did I?
Cotton, Kedrick Davis, Nathan Sobey, obviously were all locks. Christian Doolittle, John Brown III.
John Brown III?
Yeah.
I don't think I chose
Maybe you didn't have
III.
John Brown III. John Brown III made all NBL first team.
I don't think I had him in my second team even.
Oh, well, there you go. I thought you had him. No, maybe you didn't.
Nah.
You had
I had
someone
like
else.
Cheatham or something.
Maybe didn't you have Parker?
I did.
Yeah, Parker.
I had Parker.
Anyway, John
did.
Brown II made the first team. I think this is maybe John Brown III, just considering he's just that defensive guy. I wasn't sure he was all NBL first team, but I mean, if you're talking all NBL first team is like the best players.
Yeah.
Completely no positions as
I
well.
guess he's the best
You could
player
argue he's the best defender in the league.
Well, easy. He won the deep one.
Exactly. Best defender in the league. So
half the game, I guess.
impact that he has on his team, this probably deserves to be here.
Fair.
So that's all NBL first team. I don't think we can really kind of
No.
diminish any of that. And
Fair.
all NBL second team, Parker Jackson Cartwright,
Deserved.
Zylan Cheatham, Jack McVeigh, Xavier Cooks, and Bryce Hamilton.
Xavier Cooks?
I almost guessed this right.
Xavier Cooks?
I
don't know
had
about that one.
I had Parker, McGee, McVeigh. I had Bryce Hamilton.
You did have Bryce
I did
Hamilton.
have Bryce Hamilton. People forgot about him.
Bryce, what's your saying?
Oh, death taxes and Bryce Hamilton 20 points per game. Even though he didn't even average 20, but
Yeah.
very well deserved. I mean, Tassie probably would have finished with a higher record if Bryce Hamilton didn't go down with that ACL injury this year.
Yeah.
But
JaVale came out and said he was not happy with
JaVale
this
was pissed
because-
off, and I absolutely agree as to why he was pissed off.
I mean, he came out and he said, like, he wants to know what the criteria is to make these teams because it clearly isn't team record that, like,
No.
takes into factor. A little jab there at Jack McVeigh
Yeah.
on Cairns Taipans, Parker Jackson Cartwright as well on the Breakers. Two teams that, like, I think Illawarra finished ahead of us in the end.
think we were
or maybe
tied.
Tied, yeah. So, I mean, he has a point there. Like, it has nothing to do with team record. It's just who the best players are. And you look at his numbers.
Ridiculously good
I
numbers.
think-
on low minutes as well, the back end of the season.
I think a guy like him for sure deserved it over Xavier Cooks.
100%.
Xavier Cooks, what is he doing there?
Nah, he had some good games.
He did, but I don't think he was that
there was
good.
JaVale was better than him. I think JaVale had the most double-doubles, led the league in rebounds. I think he averaged near 20 points a game.
Probably up there in blocks as well.
Yeah. 100%. He wasn't happy
Yeah.
about it. And honestly, I completely agree with him. I think he definitely should have been here. I think I might have had him in my first team.
Did you?
I'm pretty sure I did.
Fair.
I'm shocked that he didn't make the list. He was a top 10 player in the NBL this year, hands down, JaVale McGee.
Yeah.
I don't even think you can argue that.
No.
And obviously, you having Sam in here as well, you could argue Sam Meninga had a better season than Xavier Cooks.
I think he did as well. I had Sam, second team.
Yeah,
Didn't
you
I?
had Sam.
Pretty sure.
I think some other people had Sam in here as well. A few
Yeah.
other NBL experts and stuff. But those are the two
Surprising.
teams. I guess let us know what you think about those. I don't really disagree with a lot of them. Maybe just NBL second team I think should have been tweaked a little bit.
Yeah. Agreed.
Probably the
Gone.
biggest news
Yeah.
of the week. And I don't even know how we skipped over this until now. But
Yeah.
Petteri Koponen will not be returning to the Breakers next season.
Oh, sad, man.
That is it for Coach Kopp and his 2-year tenure with the Breakers.
I don't think he was dealt the best hand.
Absolutely bloody not. But
Very bad hand.
it's funny though because there's a few questions asked to him in the back end of the season in press conferences like, will you be coming back? How much does the Ignite final have running? How much meaning does the Ignite Cup final having on your future with the club? And he always just said, it's going to be up to the front office.
Yeah.
He never said it would be something that he would do. But it's come out and Kopp himself isn't seeking an extension. He wants to return home to Finland and pursue opportunities in Europe and or Finland. I mean, understandably, he's been away from his family for 2 years. I don't think he brought them over. So,
I mean, I'd love to believe that that's the reason why, but let's be real. Like, you can kind of sometimes see through that sort of stuff. Like, if the Breakers didn't want to have him back, they probably would have done him the courtesy to say, look, you can announce it this way so it doesn't seem as though you, like, weren't offered the job opportunity. Like, where he didn't want to come back. Like,
yeah.
I don't know. I don't think he would have just come out and been like, I don't want to come back to the Breakers.
I don't know if the Breakers would just lie like that though. I mean, you still got to tell the truth.
Yeah.
Kop is a very young coach. I think he's either in his 30s or 40s, but I mean, other than us, I don't think he'd really done much coaching. I think he'd done some summer league experience, and I think he was coaching an academy in Helsinki as well in Finland. He only just got done playing a few years ago, but we gave him an opportunity, and in all fairness to Kop, I mean, year one was looking like it was going to be a roaring success after everyone wrote us off to start the season.
And to Taco Fall.
And then Freddie Gillespie heads off, and Taco Fall comes in, and we all know what happened the rest of the season. And then, well, this year, it's hard to say if it's a W or not. We left with silverware, but we missed the playoffs.
Yeah. I think it was a W, all things considered, with like how this team was constructed, the players we had, the injuries that happened to us later on in the season. I think we were on path to a playoff berth before those injuries happened. And to be able to still come out of it in the end with $300,000, whatever it was, in the Ignite Cup final, I think, yeah, like all things considered, I think it was a success for Kop. And I think we've spoken about this multiple times before. I think he's a good coach, and I wanted to see him get given another shot next year with a better constructed team. But obviously, unfortunately, we won't be able to know what that looks like now because yeah, he's gone home. But good for him. Be back home with his family in the lovely Finland. Looks like a beautiful place up there. So have to get there sometime, and we'll go and have a catch up. Kop, me and him, good friends we are.
You go way back, eh?
Yeah, mate. You and McGee, got nothing on me and Kop.
Yeah, I mean, it is actually bittersweet. Getting to know Kop this year and the press conferences and whatnot, seems like a lovely guy. Seems like the team respects him.
Yeah,
which I don't know. I had my things to say this season that like maybe they didn't, but I mean, at the end of the year, I mean, they won the Ignite Cup final and looked very emotional, looked very happy, and everyone, the entire team, got around him and Parker in the post-match presser, which I thought was awesome.
Yeah,
and one thing I was so big on going into next year for the Breakers was building culture and continuity within the team. And I think retaining your head coach is probably maybe number one on your priority list, I feel like. But so this is what I mean. I honestly, you're saying that maybe the Breakers said, look, you can go out this way and it won't look as bad for you for getting other opportunities. But I truly think maybe Kop really did sit down with probably Boucher and Mark Mitchell, maybe the new CEO as well, and probably really hash it out like, how long do you guys want me here for? Should I move my family over? And if they're kind of like, maybe we'll only give you one more year, maybe Kop at that point's like, I don't know if I can just sacrifice another year without permanently being somewhere. Yeah. So I think maybe that's what it led to.
Right.
So then he was kind of like, well, if they can't guarantee me in the next 3 seasons, maybe I can try something else. Yeah. So I don't think the Breakers were lying. I think it just came down to that. Kop didn't seek an extension. He misses his family. He wants to go apply his trade in Europe, which that's where all his experiences come from, right? He's one of, if not the best Finnish basketball player ever.
Go teach the Finnish national team. I think
it'd be great. It's a great idea. Larry Markkinen, that young blonde, crazy athletic dude. I forgot his name.
Special.
Yeah, so I mean, Kop's style of play and his experience is completely built for European basketball for obvious reasons. I don't think he did a bad job.
No.
But I'm not surprised he's heading off. But it does leave us without a coach, and I'll tell you what, Dylan Boucher's probably working damn hard to try and sign a new one already.
For sure. And that will be our poll at the end of the episode that we'll share. Let's move on to the Tall Blacks games, Finn.
Okay.
Obviously the NBL season all wrapped up for the Breakers players, which is pretty much all the Kiwis. There's a couple Kiwis, like we mentioned last week, that missed out on the squad. Flynn Cameron, most notable for Adelaide, obviously, still in the playoffs. Mo
King. That was a weird one.
Mo King as well.
I don't know why, though.
But we put together a pretty strong team. I'd say good team for that first Philippines game. Obviously, it changed a bit going into the Guam game. But yeah, we started off with a closer than I would have liked it to have been with the Philippines. 69-66 win in the Mall of something arena.
Mall of Asia?
Mall of Asia. It's
in
massive.
Manila.
It's like 20,000 seats.
Sold out
NBA size stadium.
Yeah. Sold out.
Crazy. Filipinos love basketball.
Oh yeah, they love it when we go over as well.
Yeah.
Because I think it wasn't the last window. It must have been Asia Cup. I can't remember. We played the Philippines in Philippines and we lost for the first time ever
Yeah.
when Kai Soto was playing for them.
We could
And-
never sell out a 20,000 seat stadium. in New
No
Zealand.
way. Well, actually, we have. Well, not Spark Arena's not 20,000, is
No,
it?
it's
But we
like
sold
10.
out Spark Arena.
It's only like
Guess
10,000.
when we sold it out though. When the Philippines played the Tall Blacks, because all the New Zealand Filipinos went to the game.
True.
That wasn't in the last window, the window before, but 69-66. The Philippines are a competitive basketball team. I'll
Yeah.
tell you that, and they're coached by an absolute legend. Will, do you know who they're coached by?
No.
Tab Baldwin. Do you know who he is?
Tab Baldwin. Can't say I do.
So he is an American coach, but made a name for himself coaching in New Zealand.
Yeah.
So he took the Tall Blacks from, I think, the very late 90s to the early 2000s. So in the 2004 World Cup, I think it was, we finished 4th. I don't know if you remember this.
No.
Pero Cameron made the top 5. He was in the tournament team, top 5, with Yao Ming, Dirk Nowitzki, and a few others.
Damn.
And we finished 4th in the tournament. And that's
Wow.
with, Pero Cameron, Dylan Boucher, Kirk Penny was there as well.
Kirk Penny.
Really good team. And Tab Baldwin was the coach of that team. And
Right.
he's won like 5 NZNBL championships with the Auckland Stars. And he's coached all over the world, but he's been coaching in the Philippines for, I think, 6 years now.
Yeah.
So he takes the Philippine national team. So he's an American dude, but
Did a good job with the team as well. Only losing by 3 points.
yeah, I mean, he's beaten us before. And that was a first time for them, I think,
Yeah.
last year as well. But yeah, shout out Tab Baldwin.
They
if
got
you're a
that
Kiwi,
one-
you know ball knowledge, Tab Baldwin.
They got that one guy on the Philippines. Kind of like a import, I guess you could say.
There's two American dudes, but I
Justin
know
Brownlee
Justin
or-
Brownlee.
Justin
You know they
Brownlee?
call him the Michael Jordan of Philippines basketball.
Oh my
I'm not even joking. So
I'm sorry, but how did he make the team? I guess it's no different.
So
to,
he's
like,
a
Bryce
naturalized
Cotton,
athlete.
Yeah.
So he plays in the Philippines Basketball Association. You can have
Right.
one import,
Yeah.
and he eventually was naturalized, and so you can just play for them.
Yeah. Fair
There's
enough.
another
Good
American
for him.
dude I think in the Philippines team now who was playing quite good against.
I mean, I
us,
guess it's the same scenario as what's going to be happening with like Bryce Cotton and the Boomers. Like,
if he gets selected.
I mean, he should do, right?
Well, not for the World Cups or the Olympics, I don't think.
You don't think?
I think there's better players than
I
him.
guess Josh Giddey, Dyson Daniels.
All those
Possibly.
NBA guys. There's
Yeah.
there's like 12 Australians in the NBA now.
True. They're probably all getting selected, aren't they?
Correct.
Yeah.
I 100% think
Damn.
that.
Bryce
But
Cotton, all
if-
that for nothing.
If Parker becomes a New Zealand citizen,
would
which
make that tall
he
black
was on
team.
NBL Now, just after the Ignite Cup, and they asked him, and Parker said they've had conversations. It's something he really wants to do. He
Yeah.
loves New Zealand, but it's just such a long process that he's actually not even able to apply for it or think about doing
I think it's
it at the
because
moment.
he doesn't spend enough time in the country. You have
And
to
you have to
spend
be
a
here for
specific
5. You
amount
have to
of
live
time.
here for 5 years as well,
Yeah.
and spend a certain number of days.
Because he
But,
goes off in the off season, obviously, to play in, like you said, Lithuania.
I mean, he's making $1 million
Yeah.
next year, so maybe he doesn't need to. But I mean, if he signs one more year or 2 after this next season, after his contract's done, I think it's something they can definitely look at. And I think he's only 30,
Yeah.
so he's still got. It might be 30 or 32. I think he's
Probably
30.
He'd probably
He's pretty
be
young.
serviceable enough in the Tall Blacks at 40, let's be honest.
Yes, absolutely. You serious? Of course he would be. But yeah, about this game though.
Yeah.
69-66, really close game.
Low scoring.
The Philippines had a big old comeback in the fourth quarter. We went on a pretty good third quarter run, but super low scoring. I mean, Max Darling was our leading scorer with 11 points.
11 points, top scorer. Sam Menenga, 10 points, 14 rebounds.
Yeah, he was
impressive from
best
him.
player of the day.
And Alex McNaughty, I think they call him.
Yeah,
Naughty.
McNaughty.
McNaughty, they call him. Obviously, not much of a role during the NBL season for the Breakers.
Well,
Had
it's-
that one little flash in the last
Cairns,
game of the
he played
season where he
well.
came on and played
Played
well.
well.
But yeah, he got his number called upon by Judd Flavel. And he was really impressive in this one for me. 10 points, 4 assists. Making the perfect plays.
Three
yeah.
threes. Really good defender.
Yeah, great defender. Great playmaker as well. I think just kind of exactly what you want from a point guard.
Yeah.
So,
He'll be solid down in Nelson
Impressive
this
from
year.
him.
Nelson Giants fans.
yeah, Alex McNaught.
Yeah.
What's
Local
the name?
hero. He was not a local hero. He's an Auckland boy, but he's been down in Nelson for a while, and you guys love him. So
Yeah,
I think he's just getting better. To be fair.
he is. Moving on to the other game though. Last night, I believe it was.
Yeah, it was last
Against
night.
Guam.
Jeez.
Obviously not a country, American territory. Guam is. I think there were a little bit of a history lesson here. I think it was set up in World War II, I believe. Bunch of military bases by the US because it's close proximity to Japan, who obviously were the bad guys during the war times, I guess you could say.
Well, there you
Depending
go.
what side you're on, don't want to be too. Yeah.
The history lesson there.
The history lesson. So Guam,
Before
American
we get
territory.
into this, though, they played Australia last week. The week we played the Philippines, and it was like, I think it was 93-80. It was closer than I thought, and Guam are ranked like, I think in the 80s in the FIBA rankings. So I was like, surely we just blow these guys out, and we ended up blowing them out. But when I was watching them against Oz, I was like, okay, maybe we shouldn't write these guys off. But I mean, we beat them 99-67.
Absolutely destroyed them.
Yeah,
99 points. They obviously couldn't stop a single thing
they had
that we wanted.
There was one player on Guam. There's actually two of them that are solid. One of them, last name Galloway, bigger dude. I think he had 20 points against us. Got a few dunks. There was another guy, I think his last name was Freeman. He, against Australia, was kind of going crazy. That's why they were winning. He got injured in like the second quarter or the third quarter against us, and he didn't return. So as soon as that happened, I mean, we were already up by like 15 or 20, but as soon as this guy went down, I was like, well.
I wonder what the criteria is to play for Guam, because like it's a part of the USA. Like, could we
It's
see
like playing for Puerto Rico, right?
Could we see a Donovan Mitchell like come over and play for Guam?
I think you still have to be like a Guam resident, probably. It's like playing for Puerto Rico, right?
Yeah, I guess.
Because Jose Alvarado plays for Puerto Rico, correct?
Yeah, I don't know.
I'm pretty sure he does. And then a lot of them are just like, I'm pretty sure you have to be like it's also a US territory, Puerto Rico. I think you have to be a resident or something like that.
Who knows?
Like who knows what it's like.
I'm sure if LeBron wanted to play for Guam, he could find a way.
I think Guam would find a way. The Guam government would find a way to.
Guam government would sell off half of their country to get
Jesus.
LeBron James to play for their basketball team.
Oh, but we got a big dub here, and this basically solidifies us qualifying for the World Cup in next year.
Yeah.
I actually don't know where it is, which is poor, but we need to finish top 3 in our pool to qualify. And I mean, we've beaten Philippines and Guam. There will be another window, not sure when, sometime this year soon. Yep. Maybe around the same, not November, that'd be too late, and we'll play the Philippines and Guam again, but at home. Yep. And then I think that'll be done, because we played the Boomers. Do we play them 4 times or 3 times?
I thought we only played them twice.
Maybe we played them twice. Maybe we played the Boomers again as well then.
Yeah, we had one in Oz and one in Hamilton, was it?
Were they both in New? Wasn't one? One was Hamilton and one was maybe
they're
was
both
Australia.
I don't know.
And we lost both very close games as well. Jeez.
But back to the Guam game.
Yes,
the team was changed around a bit from the Philippines game. We sent home Sam Menenga, Yanni Wetzel, Tyrell Harrison, and Carlin Davidson. They were all sent home. I believe there might have been one more as well.
I think it was just the 4 of them.
Maybe it was just the 4 of them. And to replace those guys, we got in Jack Andrews, Cruz Parrott Hunt, Jackson Bull, and Sam Timmons. So 4 guys getting the call up. Some younger guys. Obviously Jackson Bull, young kid.
Off to Wisconsin.
I think the team obviously probably realized it's Guam. No offense to them, but a little bit worse of competition compared to the Philippines. Maybe get some young guys to have more of a run out. And no, they were impressive, especially Jack Andrews. 20 points,
really good. 9
rebounds, 90% from the field. So could not miss. Definitely the MVP of this game for the Breakers, for the Tall Blacks. And the other guy, I think, Finn, Taylor Britt as well.
Yeah, near triple-double.
9 points, 8 rebounds, 9 assists. So exactly what you want from your point guard. Those 2 were the real standouts for me. But yeah.
One player that I want to highlight, though, Keanu Rasmussen.
Yeah.
First time playing in the Tall Blacks. He is an Adelaide boy. I think he's mostly grown up there, but has Kiwi heritage. I think his father's a Kiwi. Played for the Hawke's Bay Hawks maybe 2 seasons ago at I think he's 22, so maybe 20. And he was really solid for the Hawke's Bay Hawks. And it only just then people realized, oh, this guy's actually got Kiwi heritage. Didn't really play much for Adelaide this year at all as a development player, but showed really good glimpses back in the NZNBL when he was here. Got the call up from Judd. Didn't play much in the Philippines game, but had 14 points against Guam. And for a young guy, very talented. I think he could definitely slot himself into the Tall Blacks in the future going forward. I think he's got a lot of potential.
I wonder how that works with, like you said, he plays for Adelaide, who are obviously going into the playoffs.
Yeah, but
Is he going to go back to Adelaide now?
Yeah, he probably would.
They were probably just all right with, I guess, letting him come and do this tour because he's
Well,
not really going to get minutes with Adelaide anyway.
Yeah, and the Boomers were playing as well.
Yeah.
And their team had the likes of Tanner Krebs, Elijah Pepper.
But they didn't want to let Flynn Cameron come and play for the Tallbacks. So.
I guess we probably didn't need him.
Yeah.
And he's also a big part of the Adelaide system. But like you look at the Boomers squad, they had Elijah Pepper and Tanner Krebs. There was a few others as well that escaped me that were from like teams in the playoffs.
Yeah.
But I mean those like Tanner Krebs for Melbourne, Elijah Pepper for Perth. I mean they have in-season tournament games literally this week.
Yeah.
But they still played.
Yeah.
And they'll be rejoining their teams.
Guess professional athletes, doesn't hurt them too much to get a run out.
No, I guess not. And they were against like pretty weak opponents. I mean, the Boomers got a big win over Guam, and they actually got a really comfortable win over the Philippines as well. So they were just fine.
Yeah. So yeah, that was all for the international little window that we had. The playoffs are obviously underway. Believe in a couple of days.
On Wednesday or Thursday night, the first play-in tournament game is.
First play-in tournament. So we got that to watch out for. We'll break down those first few games on next week's episodes. Like I said, we'll quickly gaze our eyes upon the NBA. It's not been that entertaining, if I'm being honest. We're kind of at that point after the All-Star break.
Trade deadline's done. The playoffs are starting to look a little bit more set. We're kind of just waiting for the playoffs now at this point.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, Detroit, top of the East. Celtics, right on their tails, I think.
39 wins. Detroit, 43. I think the Celtics and the Knicks got the same record, but...
Interesting thing to watch out for is going to be the MVP race, I think, with all the superstars that are injured and missing games. And I've seen stats on like the threshold, how many more games they can miss. It's 65. And all the players that are like right on the cusp, like you got your Jokic and Shea's, Luka, they're all like near that 65 game mark. And there's like a world where someone like Cade Cunningham could be the MVP.
I was about to say that. Isn't he like next cab off the rank?
I think he's like,
or Jaylen Brown
have gone way up. Jaylen Brown would be very well deserving in my opinion. He's had a phenomenal season.
Well, I mean, he's taken the Celtics, who were supposed to be a dog shit team, to second in the East.
Yeah,
and look, Tatum's in 5-on-5 scrimmages and with the G League team.
Tatum will be back by the playoffs.
We will see Tatum by the playoffs
for sure.
Are the Celtics a dark horse team to win the NBA Finals? Not the finals.
The
Eastern Conference Finals.
I'll say it now. I think they come out of the East.
Seriously?
I'm taking the Celtics to come out of the East.
Hot take.
As long as once Tatum comes back, they say, look, mate,
you've been here all year
from your Achilles. This is Jaylen Brown's team right now. Year. Like, you're going to be playing Robin to Jaylen Brown's Batman for the rest of this season. If you're not happy with that, we'll keep you on the sidelines till next year. And then maybe in the off season, if you get your groove back, you can be Batman again next year. But that's what I'm saying to Jason Tatum if he wants to come back. Because look what Jaylen Brown's been doing, averaging damn near 30 points per game, leading them to the 2 seed. He's proven that he could be a number 1 option in the NBA.
Absolutely. I mean, the rest of the team really isn't that great.
Derek White's been a bit below average in my opinion.
Who else do they have? Jaylen Brown, Peyton Pritchard, Derek White. Am I missing someone?
Vucevic now, traded for.
Oh, yeah. Jordan Walsh.
Sam Hauser.
Hauser, really good shooter.
Neems Keita. I think that's how you say it.
This team isn't that good, bro.
It's definitely nowhere near the team that they had when they won the championship, that's for sure.
No, not at all.
But the East is just so weak compared to the West. So I think a Pistons-Celtics Eastern Conference Finals would be entertaining.
That would be good. I would enjoy that.
I'd like to see that.
I would enjoy that. In terms of the Western Conference, though, Thunder, unsurprisingly, still the first seed.
They're not that West. That good, if I'm being honest.
No, exactly. That's what I was about to say. The Spurs are only like 3 or 4 wins behind them.
Yeah.
And that is a rivalry that is brewing. We've talked about it this season already.
Yep.
The Spurs have had the upper hand on them almost every game. I don't think they have lost a game to the Thunder. So
I don't think so.
And the Nuggets still looking really solid.
The best player in the world.
Jokic almost took off Lou Dort's head the other day. That was hilarious.
So fair. Lou Dort is the biggest dweeb in the NBA.
I genuinely haven't disliked the player more than Lou Dort.
Him and Dylan Brooks. Can't stand them.
Yeah. The Suns are also going to be going downhill exponentially. Dylan Brooks broken hand.
Yeah.
He'll be out for a while. But
karma.
Yeah, I mean the West is looking funky. The Lakers are looking pretty solid right now, though. I'll be honest.
The Lakers?
I think the Lakers are going to be pretty good.
Really? I thought they've been struggling lately.
Luka, solid.
Yeah.
AR's back.
I don't know.
DeAndre Ayton getting crunk juice written on his water bottle. That was an interesting story.
Sucks.
Ayton does suck.
He was better on the Blazers.
God, they thought Jackson Hayes was bad. Insert DeAndre Ayton.
I don't think the Lakers have been that impressive, if I'm being honest. I think they can't
I think
figure out.
I think they'll still be scary though.
I think coaching is a problem with them. Sorry, JJ Redick.
JJ Redick.
I don't think he's a good coach at all.
We were so hot on him.
I think he's just like, what is he younger than LeBron? Probably. LeBron probably just looks at him like, "Shut up, little bro." Like, who are you to talk? I'm the king around here. Like, I don't know. I just don't think he probably has the respect of all the players. And I don't know about his like sets that he runs and stuff. That just seems strange to me a lot of the time. It's just like, give the ball to Luka or Austin.
It's not a bad idea though.
I guess there's like no plays being run on that team, I feel. And they're trying to turn, I mean, Aiden kind of has a point. They're just trying to turn him into a pick and roll big, which has never really been his game. Like, if you want that, and trade him. Go get a pick and roll big. Get Rob Williams off us. I don't know. Things to think about.
Fair enough. How about Sacramento? Jesus Christ.
They look good, don't they?
I couldn't think, how could their roster look like that, but they could just be so bad?
Well, Zach LaVine's out for the season.
DeMar's just old.
Has barely been playing either. DeMar's, I think he's been injury prone as well. I don't think any of those top players of theirs have been playing. They're obviously tanking for Darren Peterson, AJ Dibanza, Cameron Boozer.
Yeah, they're trying to knuckle down on tanking as well.
Yeah.
So God knows what's going to happen. Obviously not this season, but
I don't know what they do to fix it.
it's too hard,
Yeah.
to be honest.
So hopefully they do fix it though, because it is annoying seeing teams just run out there with
G-Leaguers.
G-Leaguers clearly trying to lose the game.
I think the Warriors are already starting to do that now.
Yeah, I mean, they suck as well. They've got the worst player in the NBA on their team, and Pajemski. Yeah.
He does suck, actually.
He's so bad. But yeah, not much happening in the NBA.
It's been quiet.
It's been quiet.
Not a lot of storylines going on at the
Obviously, it
moment.
will pick up as we head into the playoffs. That's when we'll really start ramping up our coverage of the NBA.
Yeah, most definitely. Alongside the Sal's NBL, which
For sure.
is only, I think, a month away.
Yeah.
So I think we're going to really start trying to cover that a little bit more this season.
What
We'll
will
leave you
we-
guys with a poll.
Yeah.
For this episode. And this is stemming off Petteri Koponen no longer being with us as we shed a tear. But my poll is a very hypothetical situation. Incredibly hypothetical that could not happen at all. But in an ideal world where we could have either of these guys 100% committed to the Breakers,
Yeah.
who would you rather have take the reins next season for the Breakers? Judd Flavel or former Breakers coach Mody Maor?
Give me Mody Maor. I like what Judd does with the Tall Blacks. I want him to stay focused on the Tall Blacks. I think he wants to stay focused on the Tall Blacks as well. And I think he's a perfect assistant coach. And Mody Maor, man, we saw what he could do with the Breakers. I'd love to have Mody Maor back. That's definitely my pick for sure. What about you?
Even like in an ideal situation where Judd was 100% focused on the Breakers.
No, because then I know that he's being taken away from the Tall Blacks. And I want him for the Tall Blacks.
Okay.
So give me Mody Maor.
All right.
What about you?
Yeah, I probably would take Mody as well. Just seeing what he did with his short time here. And I mean, he was meant to stay, but obviously when Japan comes knocking, you got to take the money. But I think with what we're trying to build with culture, man, he'd be the perfect guy for the job. Crazy ass American dude.
Yeah.
Like, lost his voice almost every game. But I think there was the level of respect from the players for Mody. I mean, especially one thing that will always I remember about Mody, the 2023 season where we fell short against Sydney in the finals. Game 5, it was all done. In the press conference, Jarrell Brantley, God, what a player. Club MVP that year, comes in and he literally just shouts across the room talking about how special Mody is, and if you ever get recruited by Mody, like, you got to do it. You're going to absolutely love him. And there was just so much respect between everyone.
Spoiler alert, if Mody Maor comes back and he tries to recruit Jarrell Brantley.
Nah, he's worth too much money now. He's been playing in Japan for a few years. He's not coming back.
Yeah.
But yeah, Mody would be my pick too.
Yeah. Wait, who's not coming back? Mody Maor, you mean?
Jarrell Brantley would never come back.
Yeah. I think Mody Maor's a
I don't know.
realistic shout.
Everyone's got a price.
Exactly.
I think he liked living here too. Brought his family over. Look, man, I'd love to see it. But you let us know. And we'll be back next week. And next week we're with the playoffs starting for the NBL. We'll probably have a little bit more time with no Tall Blacks action, nothing to dive into. Next episode will be our Breakers season review. We're going to go through the entire season, Going to grade everyone, the coach, even though we kind of already did that, coach, the players, who want back, who needs to leave, what changes we want to see for next season, and then we'll look at a little bit of NBL action as well and see what else is floating around the basketball sphere. But we'll see you next week.